Grimmscomb qu'on vient de voir. C'est dans quelques instants que la formation Metallica va sauter sur scène. Il y a plus de 21 000 personnes qui sont là. Hein? Certaines personnes nous parlent de 30 000, mais on va faire vraiment état des véritables chiffres demain dans le cadre des FAC 57. On vous parlera beaucoup de Lollapalooza, d'ailleurs, des images du spectacle de Metallica qui va commencer dans quelques instants, des entrevues. Mais à l'heure du souper, tantôt, j'ai passé un bon moment juste après avoir fait ça. Pas pire, hein? C'est pas un vrai, c'est pas un vrai. Juste après avoir fait ça, je vais aller voir tantôt la formation de Tea Party, puisque dans chacune des villes visitées par Lollapalooza, il y a tout le temps un band local. Et puis là, ils ont décidé de prendre un band de Toronto plutôt que de la ville de Québec. Enfin, c'était le choix des producteurs locaux de faire ça. Donc, ils ont donné un bon spectacle de Tea Party. On les a rencontrés juste avant leur prestation.
Toujours à Lollapalooza avec Jeff Martin et Stuart Chatwood de la formation Tea Party. So you were the surprise guests on Québec City's tour. Yeah.
To our surprise.
To our surprise. How did it come out?
We're not quite sure, actually, but you know, we're just happy to
Nobody knows how they were hooked on Lollapalooza.
It's a mysterious thing, you know, this train. But yeah, it's a great honor. You know, we're a big fan of a lot of the bands, so it's really cool.
So do you know who suggested the Tea Party?
We don't really. I mean, there's a lot of things. I mean, DKD's always been very supportive of us. We know that Soundgarden are fans of the band from when we played in Seattle and things like that. So it could be a number of factors, you know.
OK. Alors, les gars de Tea Party, ce sont les invités surprises pour le spectacle de Lollapalooza à Québec. Ils savent pas exactement de quelle façon ça s'est passé, mais ils savent que, bon, les producteurs Donald K. Donald les aiment beaucoup, puis également que Soundgarden est fan de la formation de Tea Party. So, it's one gig in, I'd say, a long period of time. You haven't been playing a lot recently.
Yeah, well, we've gone through some changes with just changing things like management and some other things, and so because of that, you know, when you make changes like that in a band, sometimes you have to let the dust settle, right? And we had to come off the road for a while, so we just took the opportunity to just go into the studio and start recording the next record. So that's what we've been doing.
Okay, so how long is it since you haven't actually played in a big event like that?
Actually, we played last weekend in Toronto as part of the Canada Day celebration, but it's really nice. Like, we're probably going to reach more people by playing 5 shows this year than in the past by playing 10 or 15 in Canada. So it's convenient for us, anyway.
Alors, bon, ça faisait un petit bout de temps qu'ils n'avaient pas joué parce que, bon, il y a eu des changements pas au sein de la formation, mais au sein du management. Donc, le temps de régler ces choses-là, le temps de laisser la poussière retomber. Puis en plus de ça, ben, ils sont en train de travailler sur un nouvel album. Ce sera leur 3e. The Edges of Twilight was released, what, over a year ago? Something like that?
Just over a year, yeah.
So, alors, ils travaillent sur un nouvel album. Puis ils ont joué il y a quelques jours de ça pour la fête du Canada. Donc, ils ne sont pas vraiment rouillés. But you had to rehearse, though. That's what you were saying to me in Toronto the other day.
Yeah. We had to rehearse, but it's been good to us. Like Stu said, it was. We get on stage, and just because we're not quite used to it, new things start coming out of the performances, fun. Right? So that's when concerts become fun again. You know, it's just when you get into the routine of playing night after night after night. So this way, we're thrust into the great unknown, and you know, see what happens.
Alors l'avantage de jouer une fois de temps en temps comme ça, c'est qu'ils se rendent compte que bon, la routine a pris le bord d'une certaine façon. Ils redécouvrent un petit peu les chansons, ils trouvent de nouvelles choses. J'imagine que c'est toujours intéressant quand tu es en train de faire un album. Ce que Stuart me disait aussi un petit peu plus tôt, c'est qu'un festival comme ça, puis les quelques gros festivals sur lesquels ils se produisent, ça leur permet de jouer finalement devant beaucoup plus de monde que parfois sur une série de spectacles qui est peut-être un petit peu plus longue, mais où finalement il n'y a pas autant de monde. What's the new songs like? We're discussing a bit off camera.
For us, one of the last frontiers that we've approached is electronic music. Just in the last couple of years, like, I've really began getting into sampling. So you're going to find stuff on the new album. I don't want to give away too much, but just expect the unexpected, I guess.
How much of these techniques had you used on the Edges of Twilight?
We didn't know. I mean, with the Edges of Twilight, it was more of a foray into Middle Eastern acoustic music. We tried to marry that to rock music, right? And so with this next record, the Middle Eastern motif is actually a lot stronger on the new stuff. But
at the same time, there's electronics and rock, so it's like a hybrid, like a whole new style of music.
It's new music. Like, no one's really ever done this before, so that's what we're really excited about.
Yeah. So I mean, there's always that quest for novelties in the band.
Well, it's not so much novelties. It's more of a case of trying to push music forward, you know, without falling on the pitfalls of the past, like with progressive music and all that. I mean, we're not into that at all, but what we're into is creating new music. I mean, you know, when things start to stagnate, that's when things become uncreative.
Okay, but So you're going to be playing a few gigs, I guess. Are you going to try these new songs? You were saying to me that you have something like 5 or 6 new songs.
Yeah, well, normally we improvise every single night, so we might stick like a few passages of the new songs into those spaces that we leave open. So you might hear something that will sound unfamiliar, but you'll hear it on our next record. So.
Alors, les gars de Tea Party donc, sont en production. Sur scène, ils se permettent beaucoup d'improviser dans certaines pièces pour essayer de trouver de nouvelles choses. Ce que Stuart me disait un petit peu plus tôt, c'est que sur ce nouvel album-là, qui devrait paraître l'année prochaine, ils sont en pré-production, ils sont en train de faire des démos en ce moment. On va retrouver de l'échantillonnage qu'ils n'avaient pas nécessairement exploité à fond. Et c'est pas nécessairement d'exploiter des nouvelles bebelles, mais plutôt d'exploiter des nouvelles tendances dans la musique. Il va toujours y avoir un petit peu d'influence du Moyen-Orient, mais ils veulent pousser un petit peu plus à fond à ce niveau-là.
Lollapalooza qui a attiré 21 000 personnes.
Hier, The Tea Party était l'invité surprise de Lollapalooza parce que la tournée, à chaque fois qu'elle arrive dans une ville, ils prennent un invité local. The Tea Party, j'ai rien contre The Tea Party, ils donnent un excellent show, mais je me dis, on aurait peut-être pu prendre plus local que The Tea Party, genre Voivode, qui sont des chums de Soundgarden, qui auraient très bien fité, passez-moi l'expression, dans le cadre du Lollapalooza. On aura le droit au Tea Party, les gens ont semblé apprécier. Le groupe est en train de préparer un nouvel album. Je me suis entretenu avec 2 des membres qui nous disent ce qu'il y en est.
Nous sommes les invités à cet spectacle ici.
Do you have the time to feel the vibe around the Lollapalooza tour a bit? You know, you're special guests in a way. I mean, you come in, the tour is already started.
We're the vampires here, so you know, everyone's kind of. I mean, you know, it's a cool thing. It's like any other big concert festival. You know, a lot of great bands.
You know, there's a lot like the Reading Festival in England. We had an opportunity to play that before, and it's got the same atmosphere out there, so it's cool.
Yeah. Do you know a lot of the bands here? And you know people that you've probably met?
Actually, I was just talking to the guy from Screaming Trees, one of them. So you know, apparently they know our music, we know theirs, so that's cool. Not too many other people though, you know. Yeah. I'm interested in meeting the guy from Psychotica though. Huh?
Nice pants, eh? Like that? Would you wear that?
Oh sure, you could see me in those, couldn't you?
It's got them on right now.
Yeah, underneath.
One of the last frontiers that we've approached is electronic music. Just in the last couple of years, like I've really began getting into sampling. So you're going to find stuff in the new album. I don't want to give away too much, but just expect the unexpected, I guess.
How much of these techniques had you used on the Edges of Twilight?
We didn't know. I mean, with the Edges of Twilight, it was more of a foray into Middle Eastern acoustic music. We tried to marry that to rock music, right? And so with this next record, the Middle Eastern motif is actually a lot stronger on the new stuff. But
at the same time, there's electronics and rock, so it's like a hybrid, like a whole new style of music.
It's new music. Like no one's really ever done this before, so that's what we're really excited about.